Hi Tobysblogs viewers, I thought I would upload a little video, filming it on my phone, just a little review of thing about the new series Doctor Who, Spyfall, and my thoughts on the episode as we've just watched, the second episode of Spyfall. Yeah. What do I think of the episode? Well, overall, I think it was an okay story. I felt the plot was a bit complicated and unnecessarily complicated. Like, there's just too much going on, I feel. Too much going on. Like, right, this isn't going to contain spoilers, so if you haven't watched the two episodes, or even watched the first episode, don't even bother watching this video, because it's going to contain a lot of spoilers. So, turn off now. Okay, so, this is now spoilers. So the Master, who's in this story, I felt he was quite a good Master. He's kind of at the end of the reveal, very much like Roger Delgado Master, kind of old-fashioned Masters, kind of little mad tissue compression. Good, that's come back. Yeah, I think he's quite a good Master. But with the Masters, like with Missy, I feel like there was that friendship between the Doctor and the Master. Even though they're trying to kill each other, there's that friendship thing, and I think I really love that. Like John Pertwee, the third Doctor, and Roger Delgado had that kind of friendship. They want to kill each other. Well, the Master wants to kill the Doctor, but still there's that friendship there. And the same with Anthony Ainley, the next kind of human Master. With the other Doctors, there is kind of, they want to kill each other, but there's also this kind of friendship there. And I think Missy's Master really did incorporate that friendship there. And there's like a little glimmer of that in this new series, but yeah, I like to see a bit more of that. But where is this? We never got the answer to where this Master is in comparison to the Master's timeline, which was annoying, because I like to know these things. Because Missy obviously got shot by John Sims and she died. Now, I would like to think that's the end of that character, because she got to the point in the Master's character where she then wanted to side with the Doctor, so it kind of came full circle. They start off as friends, and then they eventually decide that, yes, I'm going to be friends, and that's a really perfect end of that character, that they come together in a beautiful friendship. And she becomes good or whatever. So I would like to think that's the end, and that this Master is somewhere between John Sim or an earlier classical Master. It could be between Anthony Ainley and Eric Roberts. Could be between Eric Roberts, Derek Jacobi, or after John Sim. But we don't know where this Master is. That was never answered. Anyway, back to Spyfall. So we have these monsters, the Kavarvans, or whatever they're called. I'm not good at names. And they just seem to not do much, really. They seem to be like a really ominous threat to the universe. But then again, I don't know, really. It's a bit confusing. It's like they want to turn humans into hard drives, and like... it's confusing. I know, like there's that big setup. I like all these monsters are really bad and they're evil and they're kind of really creepy and all sorts of things like that. But then they're just trying to turn people into hard drives. Maybe I'm tired and I haven't got the plot or whatever. I think this episode story was more centered around the Master and the Master's character. It's like in the first story, we kind of have this build-up of what's going on, who's the spies and whatever, and all this stuff with Lenny Henry's character, and who that is. I have an issue with that first episode, that there is no... I watched it back today, and there is no inclination that character, that O, is the Master. They didn't have any inclination. There wasn't any nod to it. It was about, he's just O. He's the character O. And then when we get to the reveal, he's the Master. It's like just a click thing, like, oh, now I'm the master. And it's like there was no inclination between that build up of that. It was just like, oh, is a character, and then suddenly gets found out and click, he's now the master. And I didn't really like that. I would like some sort of watching back to have like some little inclination there that, oh, I'm actually the master, like a little smile somewhere or something. But no, he's just a normal person, and I didn't really like that. The companions in the story, I think, just get in the way. I think they get in the way of most stories, really. Not a big fan of this kind of companion grouping. Like Graham, I love Graham. Graham's a really good character. And I like Mandip Gill's character, Yasmin. But the other one, I can't remember his name. Don't know, it doesn't really fit. I think it would be better, I feel personally that it would be better with just Graham and Yaz. But I just think the three characters, it was completely obvious in the second episode that the companions weren't needed whatsoever. They were kind of shoved into this little mini story that they're being chased by Lenny Henry's character, and they weren't really needed at all. And they even had new characters in it, like these people from Time. Like, this could have just been a solo Doctor story, and the companions didn't need to be in it at all, because they added nothing to the plot whatsoever. Even towards the end, they weren't even involved in it. It was like the Doctor and the Master, and that was it. And that's the thing with this story. I think it was basically the Doctor and the Master story, and the companions just didn't. And like, it's quite stupid, this thing they're doing about the Doctor. The companions don't know who the Doctor is. Like, for goodness sake, like, this is series 2. Like, you wouldn't have thought these questions would have been answered in series 1. Like, if they're going on these hundreds of adventures that we're not seeing, why have they not asked who the Doctor is? That just seems stupid to me, completely stupid. And madness. And then we get this huge, massive plot thing that's going to be through the whole series, I would have thought, about the Master destroying Gallifrey, and that they're being lied to about who they are and who the Time Lords are, and something about this child. So that's exciting. I like that. And it's also good that you just had the Doctor and the Master, and you took the companions out of the dynamic completely, and it was just the two old friends, the Master and the Doctor, together. And I like that. That was good. But then we've got the companions back, and I was like, oh, for goodness sake. And then you have all this really exciting plot line that, oh, something exciting is going to happen. Something's big and exciting is going to happen. And then we get a trailer with this man with green hair, and you think, for goodness sake. It's like, oh, right, getting really excited about Doctor Who, and then go, oh, I'll go watch that shit next week. Like, no, we want more of this plot thing with the Master. Not some stupid episode with some man with green hair. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake. You know, it's like, I swear, sorry. But, you know, it's like frustrating. Like, you want the quality to be consistent, and it just seems a bit, now we're having a story that's not related to the story arc, and it's like a bit of, and we've got to watch that, and then we've got to wait another week, and will we next week after that have a bit more about what's going on? You know, it's like, Anyway, I hope we get some more of that. I didn't really talk much about the story. It was an okay story. I love the historical bit. I like going back to the France 1943 or whatever it was, and the Master and the Doctor on the Eiffel Tower. That was quite good. And I liked how they mentioned about the race as well, because the Nazis certainly wouldn't take orders from anybody who was Indian or Asian, and so I loved how they actually incorporated that. The same with like the Rosa Parks episode with the blacks and the whatever his name, the male companion, Paul. No, his name's not Paul. Whatever his name is, Ryan. Ryan, that's it. Ryan gets punched in the face or slapped by some racist man or whatever. So I like how they do actually have that in the story. They know the Nazis don't like black people, or Indian people, so that wouldn't be tolerated. So I like the way they mention that, instead of just ignoring it and thinking, oh well, right, we're not going to be racist here. So it's good. I like how they do actually incorporate that, because I love things being more historical accurate. And we go through time spaces. That was quite good. But yeah, it was very much a Doctor story, and the companions weren't needed at all. Anyway, that's my little review of Spyfall. I might do a review about next week's episode, but I'm just concentrating on that stupid man with green hair. Like, for fuck's sake. I know I do actually try. I kind of concentrate on the negative parts, but it's like, I'm looking at this man in green hair thinking, oh, for fuck's sake, do I really have to watch that next week? It might be a good story, but that kind of puts me off. Anyway, that's my review, kind of reaction thing to Spyfall, and I'll catch up with you soon. Goodbye.